So, what's in a name? Well, basically everything. It's how we tell one thing from another. Without it, we're lost. But that doesn't hold true when we talk about human beings and the funny names they can get. Let's talk about that. I want to hear yours. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Video Call-In Show, that show that invites you to be a live video guest on this show to talk about anything that you'd like to talk about. Could be the topic of the day. It could be current events. It could be a personal promotion. It could be your social media. It could be anything. Maybe the weather. Joining is super easy. All you've got to do, I'm moving away from the download. If you guys want to download it, then download it. We'll have a show later on about exactly why I've done that, but it's really easy. All you've got to do is point your browser to zoom.us. Click on join a meeting, enter that number right there. When it asks for the meeting number, you will show up in my waiting room and we'll get you on the show. If that sounds like content that is interesting to you, or you'd like to come on the show, by all means, hit that subscribe button right now, ring that bell so you don't miss another episode. Good evening, everyone. I'm glad to see you. Glad to be back. I'm feeling much better. Thank you very much. And today, I thought we'd lighten it up a bit, get off those heavy subjects, and talk a little bit about names. Unusual, funny, awesome. Just the strangest names you've ever come up with. And I also must say that tonight's subject has been brought to you by Outdoorsy Gal. Oh, that is Chrissy. Outdoorsy Gal. Oh, she hunts, she fishes, she cooks, she gathers, she does it all in the beautiful beautiful Canadian wilderness. That is Outdoorsy Gal. Oh, thank you so much, Chrissy. She has been instrumental in sending me topics, one right after the other. Gotta love that. Thank you so much, Chrissy. Before we get into actually the names and whatnot, let's hit the chat and say hello. Manic Magic's been a little while. Welcome to the show, my friend. Spencer Tainment TV. Saw you on a live stream earlier. Welcome back. Oh, look who it is. It's Wisco Style. He just put a new video out, I understand. Go check that out. How you doing, Jared? Good to see you, man. Brad from Drone Kings in Darwin. Always a pleasure, my friend. Ginger Block's mom, who looks like she shortened her name. Welcome back, hon. Good to see you. Crohn's chick. Sharni, I missed you last night. I thought about it last after the show, and I remember seeing your name, but then I couldn't find it again. Thanks for being there last night, and of course, thanks for being here for this show. Much love to you, my dear. Creator Spotlight Show, how you doing? Mike, good to see you, my friend. Ronnie G, Positive Vibes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Lab 15, good to see you again. Emmanuel Gaffi, welcome, my friend. Welcome, welcome. I hope you got my response to your comment. Thanks so much for commenting, and it's a great idea. Emmanuel wanted me to. I think it was either this is old guy memory working for you. It was either do another show on collections or hobbies. I don't remember which, but I actually have shows planned in the noggin to cover those again as well. So yes, well timed. Tech for your needs. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the show, my friend. Welcome to the show. Now you guys can jump on at any time. You'll hang out in my waiting room until I'm done, saying what I got to say, and then we'll bring you on the show. You don't have to talk about strange names. Don't ever assume that the topic of the day is exactly what we need to talk about. We can talk about anything you'd like to talk about. So, having said that, like I said, I wanted to lighten this one up. Last night was pretty heavy. You guys helped out a great deal in turning my my frown upside down, for lack of a better term, and I appreciate that again. Chat froze on you. Stream's good, but I thought, this is. I was going through the list that Chrissy had sent me, and I thought this is pretty cool. And the reason I thought it was pretty cool is because I've got a couple of names that stick out from my past that I just can't shake. I mean, whenever someone talks about strange names, these are the first two that come to mind. And one was I wouldn't say a good friend, but he was a friend, and it was high school, and I couldn't believe. In fact, I didn't even believe that it was true initially. But his parents named him Rush, and his last name was Ford. I kid you not, Rush Forward. And of course, it's one of those things. And this is the best thing about a strange name, and mine would be included in that to some degree. Now, I know James or Jim is not, but my last name is one that is somewhat memorable in that you don't hear it all the time. And names that you don't hear all the time are the ones that stick into your head. The other one, before I bring on the guest that was so kind enough to seed the floor last night when I had to go, is again from high school, and it was a high school teacher. This teacher had a name, and I'm just going to say this. This was probably his given name. His last name was Chu. Now, you can imagine the fun parents could have with that. Well, apparently they did, because his first name was Richard. Oddly enough, of course the kids, would have went nuts enough on that. But no, that wasn't enough. He actually went by Dick. So he was listed, even in the yearbooks, as Dick Chu. So there you have it. There are the two that stick out in my head and have for years. It's been a while since high school. And I know you guys have some. If you don't, you've got some other stuff to talk about. Let me, right before I bring on my first guest, let me hit because some new folks walked in. We got Jesse Mendez. Welcome back, my friend. Thanks again for last night. Who else did I see here? Angel Nunez Variety Show. Always a pleasure seeing you, and we'll see more of you in a minute. And yeah, thanks a bunch, Nightbot. Okay, so let's just do this now. Got the top of your head again, my friend. How are you, Angel? Can you hear me? Oh, you don't have a microphone set up yet. Oh, and you're frozen. Dude. That or you're being very still very well. Hello, Patty. How are you? Thanks again, Patty, for sending those to me. I really appreciate that. It was extraordinary. I don't even know if I could expand any further on my reply email, but they were absolutely extraordinary, the videos. Hello, Was Blind. Welcome back to the show, and thanks to you as well. I saw some of your chats, and it was they were awesome. I think Angel just woke up. Angel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
That's good. You were frozen for the longest time, my friend. Is there another storm up there in beautiful Minnesota?
They said that there's supposed to be more of a chance of storm come tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Silly Midwest.
But before I get to names, I just was going to say that I think I agree with one of your panelists yesterday about where he said Monday through Thursday, and I think that maybe you should do like Sunday night SmackDown, like you know how you do your Monday free for all or Manic Monday full panel.
Sure.
Maybe switch your one to Sundays and have it be like Sunday night SmackDown or something like that.
Well, that's a good idea. I agree with you that, and this all came from Brad at Drone Kings in Darwin. He actually suggested it a long time ago, actually, and it makes perfect sense. But I don't think I'd do another panel show if that's what you're saying, because I love the name SmackDown Sunday, though.
Well, what I'm saying is switch it from Mondays, put it on a Sunday.
Oh.
Because switch your panel show that you used to do on Fridays, but had it be put on Mondays. Have it be from Mondays to Sundays.
Now I get what you're saying. Yeah. Now I know exactly what you're saying. You mean, yeah, change it from Mondays to Sundays. That's actually a pretty good idea, Angel. Actually, a really, really good idea. It would make Sundays easy, And yeah, yeah. And then of course my Monday through Thursday could be standard. I like that a lot, dude.
Yeah, cause Sundays is usually the day of relaxation, and it makes it a bit easier before people have to go back to Mondays of having to go back to work and such. So that's why I kind of say to have your panel stream that you do on Mondays be switched from Mondays to Sundays.
What do you think of the name Sunday Smash Up?
Love it.
Cool. Oh, I think we just fleshed it out. You, me, and Brad, man. Thanks.
Yeah, because I just want to make sure it's easier on you and easier on everyone. Because sometimes some things may be a bit difficult for people on Mondays, and I just want to make sure it doesn't overwhelm people on a Monday. And usually Sundays are a time that people enjoy having.
Yeah, you're right. And not only that, but it won't break it up. So I won't have like a one-on-one and then a panel and then three one-on-ones.
Yeah. I'm not trying to break up like the pattern that you have for your schedule,
Yeah.
but try to adjust it a bit so your Monday through Thursday can be standard, and the Sundays can be the for Sunday smash up panel thing.
Exactly. Exactly. Hello, Carolyn Lowe. Welcome to the show. Hope I haven't missed anyone. I hate when I miss people in the chat. I just hate it. Oh, don't worry about Nightbot. He's kind of an idiot. Carolyn, if you don't know, Nightbot is actually a bot that throws those messages up at random. Hey Ed, I didn't see Ed. That's right. I knew I was missing someone. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you again. So what strange name? They don't have to be funny. They don't have to be cruel. They don't have to be anything like that.
Even though I have never really had an official nickname, as a young boy, I've had people throw out Sir Talks a lot.
Sir talks a lot. Do you like that?
Yeah, because I can like ramble for a long period of time without needing to take a breath.
No. No, say that ain't right.
I can because I can ramble on and talk for several minutes on end without needing to get a drink or needing to.
Breathe. I don't believe that for a minute, he said sarcastically. You've been on this show enough, Angel, that I know all too well, I'm afraid. Which there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But those are that was the only name that I remember people giving to me. Because I don't remember any other nicknames that people gave to me or other weird names or strange ones. But Sir Talkslot is the one that I remember more often than anything else. But anything that I ever was given as a kid, don't remember anymore.
Oh, above and beyond drones, how you doing, my friend? I didn't see you, Jim. Sorry about that. But well, what about names that aren't nicknames? Like the names that your parents have given kids.
Not really, because nicknames or strange names of never really have had like an official weird name, or I've never been around people that have a strange name to themselves. Because I have met so many people, and they usually have a name that's very popular, and I never met someone that had an official legal name that was strange to the sense where I was like, really? That's a name?
Well, that's interesting. Hey, Billy, how you doing, Gypsy Heart Entertainment? Good to see you. Uh,
Because sometimes some strange names to people are given to them the birth by their parents, and I kind of never had that issue because I never ran into a strange legal name of any kind.
oh, okay. Well, you heard the two that I remember from my childhood, don't you? But I think you started a trend because already Wisco is saying that his nickname in high school was Chewy. So we've moved from from legal names to nicknames.
Yeah. Well, it does say names. It doesn't say anything about the one specific part of a name, like a nickname, a legal name,
You're
or anything.
You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. I did hint about it in the description, but nobody reads descriptions. And that's okay. I wanted to open it up for discussion. If we're going to talk about nicknames, that's awesome. I'm just going to start calling you T-Bone.
But I have given to some strange names to people here on YouTube because I call you my grandpa Jim. I've given to names to people. Pusha Studios, they call him my Pusha puppet because he loves to string people along. I call Lunatic Dad, Lunatic Grandpa. I call Green Bay Wacky my cheesehead milking brother because he's from Wisconsin, which is the dairy capital of cheese.
Wait. Back up. My cheesehead milk brother? Or what is that? What?
Yeah.
Hey, Angel.
Yeah.
What are you doing, God? Oh, yeah, you do.
What?
Your curtains.
I sold those curtains to.
Son of a bitch. I should have come earlier.
Oh man. Man.
The rod was there before I moved in.
Can I have the rod?
Yeah, you can have the rod. I'm gonna have to put my phone down right quick and grab the rod for a resident of mine.
That's fine. Oh, I so didn't expect this. What do you think? Let's just watch the proceedings as they happen. I got him muted. So, are you done? You're not done yet. Oh, who else expected this tonight? Anyone? Not me. I know we're looking probably a ceiling, but that looks like a door. Okay. Wow, you just never know what's going to happen on this show. Oh, Jesse's nickname is Jesse. Boy, somebody stayed up all night thinking of that one, didn't they? Oh, by the way, welcome, Paul Michael DB. Welcome to the show, my friend. We're just waiting for Angel to get rid of some curtain rods or someone else to call in. Andrew Frying Pan, how you doing? Yeah, this is a video calling show, folks. This is our life now. This is how it works. He could call the cops and say he's been robbed. Well, if some of you are new here, Angel has been on the show several times. A little background on Angel. He is actually moving to Arizona in August, which, is coming up. So I imagine that not only is he packing, but he's getting rid of those sort of items that he doesn't want to have to move. That's awesome. Brandon Ariels, how you doing? Brandon B. Easton Music Ministry. How you guys doing, man? That was sudden. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. We, if you're wondering, that's supposed to be Angel. He's getting rid of some curtain rods, and we're just along for the ride. Now it looks like he's back.
Sorry about that. The dude that you guys heard that said "son of a bitch." He came in earlier today because he was asking about my microwave, but unfortunately I sold my microwave and my shark vacuum on Tuesday, and he still thought I had it. And he came in again today asking about my black curtains that I had, and I unfortunately sold those earlier today. So he wanted the little rod that my curtains was hanging on, and I decided to help and give it to them.
The shark, Angel, you sold the shark?
Well, I'm going to be upgrading to a newer shark. I have my eyesight on the powered lift away speed with dual clean technology.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as that's what's happening. It's like,
I mean, I have the Shark rotator powered lift away 2015 model, but I've been seeing Shark has been improving on their vacuums over the years, and they've been introducing ones with their so-called dual clean technology.
damn you, Ed. This is not the time for Baby Shark. No. We're talking serious vacuum talk here. Oh, an angel.
Yeah.
Oh, you stop you locked up, my friend. It's a great shot though. It is a fantastic shot of you. And while we're waiting for your video to come back, there you are.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm back.
Patty.
But yeah, before I got interrupted by that unexpected visit, I was discussing about, yes, I do call Green Bay Wacky my cheesehead milking brother because cheese is the main source in Wisconsin where Green Bay lives.
Wisco style is all too familiar with that. Cheese is as cheese does, as I understand it.
And the other names I call people are, I call Cab, Uncle Cab 7. I often call a few YouTubers. I call one person by name of Smooth, Creamy, and Crunchy. I call one person by name of Sweet and Tangy. It's just, and these people are people that you don't even know.
Sweet and tangy.
Well,
Oh
she
man.
is my barbecue sister.
Oh, she's your BBQ sister?
Well, not my real sister, just a sister in general.
I guessed.
Everyone that comes to my channel, I consider them part of my YouTube family because I don't live next to my real family as of yet. So the only family I have around is my YouTube channel.
Very cool. Very cool. Magic Jones, I'm doing a lot better tonight. Thank you. I chose a lighter subject, and we've moved from legal names to obviously with Angel we're going to go with with nicknames because he seems to be the nickname queen or king. His BBQ babe.
King.
Well, I was reading something in the chat there. Didn't you say BBQ queen or BBQ babe? The barbecue.
I call her my barbecue sister.
Oh, barbecue sister. I like what Jim said. Barbecue babe. That's awesome.
But yeah, a lot of people did not expect that person to knock on my door.
Oh, no one expected that.
Neither did I. And I could have just put my phone down, but I decided to bring it with me. And the way he said "son of a bitch" was simply hilarious.
Well, we
burst out laughing because I just want to see if he was interested in anything. And he was also asking about my trash can, but I'm going to be taking that with me to Arizona because I could have given it to him, but I ultimately will be needing a can come when I move into my new place because I don't want to have to buy all new stuff other than the stuff that I know I'll be upgrading from.
Right. No, smart move. Travel light, my friend. Travel light. That's what I always try to do. In fact, we're thinking of moving as well. I actually want to downsize house, upsize land, and get rid of some of those material things that I've got laying around that are just baggage. Oh, so now we're with your caricature.
Yeah. Well, that's because I turned my camera off a bit, so you didn't have to see me biting my toenails.
Yeah, we don't want to see that. We've already seen you make a deal for curtain rods. That was enough for tonight.
Yeah, and I'm going to be speaking to one of the people here tomorrow because apparently the person that people didn't expect that would knock on my door. He was as he's asking about these hooks that the rod was on, but I was simply explaining to him that the rod was already in my apartment when I moved in. So whoever left it, or if it's been here from day one, I just want to keep it there. But if he's interested in having it, he can take it.
Hey, just make sure your landlord's okay with that.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if there's a rod in all apartment buildings, or if it's like a requirement where residents have to do it themselves.
It depends. Really, it does. I haven't. Of course, I haven't. I haven't lived in an apartment for, oh man, since probably '88. That's a long time for most people.
So you haven't lived in an apartment since 1988?
Right, right.
Wow. That's pretty long.
It really is, and I've only owned two houses, so we pretty much stick around for a while. But I
So I'm guessing that you live in a house right now. Not to say that the background with the gun in your back is on your display, but I'm guessing it's a green screen that you have of yours. I'm guessing it's in a house.
it is a house, and it's absolutely not a green screen. Here, I got a box of Kleenex. that is not.
That's a beautiful display that you have back there.
Thanks. I've often described it as an Applebee's that threw up behind me. But I had to have something behind me that when I started out, I was over in that corner right over there, and all you could see literally was the piece of the window, and you can't see it now because I'm tight screen. But let me go back to a wide.
Don't mind me. I'm just picking my nose.
Yeah, try not to do that. All you could see was a section of the screen because it's a corner window.
Yeah.
So you got the blinds. You done?
What?
Are you done with your nose?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah. So yeah, I had to do something behind me, and I didn't want just a blank wall. So I thought, let's just put some of that stuff up that means something to me. And I have an entire video devoted to it. I went through each one of these pieces and showed people.
Was it on one of your previous streams, or was it a separate recorded video?
No, it was a previous stream. And so, but I couldn't tell you when. Maybe it is named my new set. I don't remember exactly.
Maybe you should look back at the stream and cut it to showing everyone, because you know how you guest cut people.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tour cut it or something that is in the way of where the scene where you show people everything or give them a visual display of what you have there. Cut it into a separate video.
That's a good idea. I've actually had plans to do that for a while, but unfortunately, Angel, they haven't thrown 2 more hours in a day for me to do that.
Well, maybe you should make a priority of yours to cut that scene where you show everyone the background that you have in its own video, because you have enough time to guest cut people throughout the days where you don't do any form of live streaming at all. So you should make the video of the background tour of yours one of them.
That's not a bad, like I said, that's not a bad idea. But you got to remember that I do the guest cuts because it's more important for me to do those for you guys than it is, my own purposes. But it is a great idea, dude. It is a great idea. Listen, got another guest. So
I'll talk to you later, Grandpa J, man. There are so many names I have, people, but I usually come up with names pretty fast and pretty weird.
I don't doubt that for a moment, my friend.
And I even joked to Green Bay every so often about when he's going to come and clean my udder, because you know how cows have udders? Well, our back is our udder.
You just have to go out on a low note, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what we love about you, Angel. Well, hey, buddy.
I'll talk to you later, Grandpa Jim. You have a great night. Bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Oh my. There is not a dull moment with Angel. I got to tell you. Before I bring you up, Mike, I'm going to say hello to a few more folks here. Arthur Moorhead, how you doing, buddy? It's been a while since I've seen you. Adam, crap, my dad makes me watch. Good to see you as well. Susan Hamilton, I don't know if I said hello to you before, but good Lord, woman, you're watching all my videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And she's commenting like crazy. I don't expect anybody to do that because it's really strange to see some of those old thumbnails come up in in my notifications and like, oh no, somebody's actually watching that. How awful is that? But it is what it is, and I don't at all intend to take those down. Let's see, Mariner Bengal, Mariner Bengal Paranormal. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the show. Or let's see, have I missed anyone? If I miss you, please tag me and let me know you're here. All right. So, having said all that, let's open the floor to my next guest. Can you hear me? Not yet. Oh, I don't. Yep. Hello, Mike. Can you hear me? Nope. Live television, my friends. Live televisions. Yeah, Susan, I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I've seen all those things come up. Takes me back, and I'm like, oh, I don't really want to watch that again. Can you hear me, Mike? I can't hear you, bud. So, oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Now we should be good. I muted it so Angel could shut himself off, and we wouldn't have any weird audios happening. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty cool. That turned into the Angel Muniz variety show.
It always does when he comes on. Always does.
He's great.
Oh man, just a minute there, Mike. Snowy Rains, welcome back, hon. I'm so glad to see you again. She's had nothing but great things to say on Twitter. Put me in some really good company. Thank you so much, hon. I am very happy to see you. You got to get back on the show, Snowy, but this time with video. Okay, Mike. What were you going to say?
Cool. I didn't have too much to say about strange names or whatever. I didn't know if Angel took us so far off the beaten path, if it was okay to jump on and talk about something else.
Oh, anything. Like I said, that's the wonderful part about this show. We don't have to talk about the topic of the day at all.
Oh, cool. We had I was going to ask you because our show that's going to be on Saturday, we're going to have, I don't know if you know Yankees Outdoor Adventures. He's usually on Inspired John's channel.
Yankees? No. I know a lot of outdoor channels. I can't think of that one off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, I knew like you were talking about like all the internet safety and said that you worked with a lot of that stuff, years back in that. And I was wondering if you knew anything about shadow banning.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Because we're going to be talking with him and I don't know a whole lot about it. I don't know if you had time to jump on for 2 or 3 minutes and give us a little input, but.
Oh, you want me on to come on your show Saturday?
Yeah, if you could for a few minutes or shoot me a DM or something like that. I don't know too much about it, but evidently he's been like shadow banned from like everybody's live stream.
Oh, on everybody's live stream.
Yeah, and that's what I can, because like we can hide a user, during some of ours, and they'll be there typing comments and no one will see it. Evidently, he's like that on every live stream. He'll like pop up for a second, and then he'll go away. And then after the stream is done, when he comes back on, after it posts the replay, then his comments will be there. But he can't interact with people in any live chats anywhere now because it's as soon as his comments come up, they disappear.
Well, that's strange. That's strange. Now, I don't have experience with YouTube shadow banning in that arena. The shadow banning that I'm very familiar with is the shadow banning that you're likely to run into on like Twitter. And actually, there are some tools out there where you can actually put in your username and find out whether or not you're shadow banned. And that goes beyond not getting any response to any of your tweets and that sort of thing. And it happens all the time. It's ingrained in Twitter. One of the beefs I have with that organization is that they shadow ban.
Yeah, and what are the reasons for it?
Well, the reasons they would do it on the platforms like Twitter, I've even heard about it on Reddit as well, is one, either they're being real jerks, and I mean honest jerks, or someone who's in control of the shadow banning doesn't like their opinions. Whomever that person or persons happen to be. I mean, that is the common theory there, because they're not going to tell you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and if you look at some of the undercover videos that have come out of Twitter, you'll find that some of the employees have literally just admitted to it. So, yeah. If we don't like what they're saying, we shadow ban them, which means that we don't show their tweets to any of their followers, that sort of thing, much less on a grander scale. I mean, it's total bullshit, man. I mean, you're going to get me going on it now.
That's cool, because I've known him a couple months, and I've never seen him in there, in any of the lives and that, and I just found out about this. So, I'm going to have him on and talk about it, because I don't know how many other people, that this might have happened to, and they don't really realize it either.
Yeah.
Except they feel like people aren't responding to them.
Yeah. And that wouldn't surprise me at all if Yahoo had, or I'm sorry, if YouTube had that same sort of ability or directive, right? Especially what we know about how they literally what's the word I'm looking for? I was just watching a video on this today about people who are upset that they weren't being promoted at all because of their opinions and their type of channel. The consensus is that it's happening most often to conservatives or conservative viewpoints.
Right.
And well, look at Steven Crowder. He's a great example. He doesn't get recommended nearly as much as he should, with what, 3 or 4 million subscribers, and that's because they've already recognized him as someone that they don't agree with. So yeah, and that to me is a form of shadow banning as well. I've never heard of it in the chat. Now I've heard of several people not showing up in the chat, but it's usually a done by the live stream holder, right? So because I can hide people from the chat and they probably wouldn't even know it until people go, then all of a sudden no one is responding to them. They'd figure it out.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen, and that's a form of shadow banning, but it's of course localized, and I don't think that it could be considered a true shadow ban.
Yeah. What's weird is that he got in touch with YouTube tech support, and they basically told him, he was wrong, and to send them, a report, or whenever it happens. And he's like in 20 or 30 different live streams a day. He's outdoor and he's in his tent and he live streams, and he goes into everyone else's live stream. So he's like, all right, I'll send you 30 reports a day or whatever, but yeah, so it's no one that we know. I think he started another channel, just so he can interact with people. But kind of sucks because you can't interact, with people in the chat, and which helps your channel kind of grow too, because you're making connections.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he has done before, or what, I think, all I know is, is an outdoors channel, but I don't know if maybe, before that he was, saying something that someone didn't like or something. But, as far as YouTube's concerned, they said that he's crazy and they're not doing it on their end.
Well, of course, right?
Yeah.
They will admit nothing in public, nothing. Another thing, another reason that I so mistrust big tech, so mistrust them, and it pains me that I have to work with them a great deal. I mean, it literally just makes my stomach turn. But I'm doing it for other clients, and I have their best interest in mind, so I suck it up and do it. But it's really tough. Oh, hey, outdoorsy gal. Oh, Chrissy's here. Love you too, babe. This subject tonight is because of you. I don't know if you were here earlier, but she sends me such great ideas. Just an unbelievable amount. I don't know where she finds all these. Oh yeah. But I take subject suggestions from anyone, so you guys know.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, but as to the shadow ban and how they're treating this, I did an entire video on that sort of nefarious practices and how it's wrong and how it actually classifies them as a publisher rather than a platform. Because as soon as you edit, you become an editor, man. You're responsible for the content, and I don't know why. The worst part about that is I don't want them to be regulated. I want them to stop and allow people to speak their minds, right?
Yeah.
Well, you can't have everything.
Yeah, it's one thing too making videos if they don't agree with those, and then they don't put you in recommended or whatever. But for you, I mean, just to be interacting with people, and then for them to cut that off, just that just seems that's kind of strange to me.
Oh, extraordinarily strange. And I would want to know a little bit more, to find out if they are actually behind that. It could be something entirely different, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, who knows? Like say you got a couple billion people on the platform and all kinds of stuff going on, and it could be a hiccup. But you imagine that if this is your channel, and all of a sudden, wherever you go, your comments aren't coming up anywhere. I think he's been around for years. It's not like you can just start another channel, and get everybody to go over there. So
right,
I don't know.
right.
So we're going to talk to him and kind of delve into it a little bit and see what's going on. But I just kind of want to know a little bit more about it. And I thought maybe since you were in the little tech realm on that you would have an idea.
Well, I'd be glad to come on. I gotta figure out what I'm doing Saturday. I know the wife's probably got plans. In fact, people are gonna be pissed off about tomorrow morning too.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no problem. Like I said, we were going to talk about that. I was trying to think of the people that I knew that, understood. I might, I know Andrew and Ksenia, Andrew's usually busy. That's their only night off.
Yeah.
I hate to ask them to take their only night off in that, but I just, maybe I'll just talk with Yankee and we'll see maybe some people show up, some of the tech guys and that we had on last week.
Oh, cool. Well, here's the thing. If I can make it, because I've got your bell rung, so I know when you go live. Maybe I can show up and you can, we can talk and get me on that way if it happens, because I think it's going to be a spur of the moment sort of thing. We got a pretty busy Saturday.
Yeah.
What time you going on?
We go on at 8, and he's got something to do by 9:30 or something.
Oh, okay. Eastern.
So yeah, Eastern. So in between then, sometime be when we're talking about it, and you'll see I'll have their names up there, so it'll say Yankees Great Outdoors, whatever, Outdoor Adventures, whatever it is.
Okay. Yeah. I'd really like to. I mean, now that I've heard, because this is the first one I've heard of on several different chats. I've heard it happening on individual chats, but several different chats. That's got me curious. I want to learn more, so I'm probably going to do a little research and find out.
Yeah. It's like all of them that he goes on now.
So. That sucks. That sucks. That shadow banning is the worst thing in the world. And I had a question from Billy, I believe, from Gypsy Heart Entertainment. She wanted to know what shadow banning was. And shadow banning overall is literally being or having your access or your visibility limited without notification. So if let's say Twitter or YouTube really wanted to keep you in the shadows, and literally how that name came about is they would programmatically keep you from being seen and not tell you wouldn't even know you're not being seen. And that's typically high level. That's what shadow banning is. I mean, there's a lot more to it, and there's a lot of different ways that it can happen, but that in a nutshell is shadow banning. There's a lot of ways you can tell. Now, his must be really easy. When he's in a chat, I'm sure he tries to talk to people and he's not getting any response, right? Because they're not seeing him.
Yeah, and they're like good friends in that, that they're going on, and they were used to seeing them before, and all of a sudden it's like, nothing, like a ghost.
Yeah. And actually it was called ghosting. There's a lighter level called ghosting as well. Again, wrapped around Twitter, because that's kind of where it all fell out. They got exposed, and now that's how those tools popped up, where you can literally put in your username and find out if you've been shadow banned. My other Twitter name, which I don't think anyone here is aware of, only because I get way too political on that channel, and I just kind of that's my vent channel. I've been shadow banned for years on that.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, because I don't I don't hold back my opinions. It's not like I'm trying to change my minds or anything, but you know, I'm going to call out stupidity when I see it. And yeah, I think I'm back in good now, but I haven't actually since I started this channel. I've stopped using that username pretty much entirely. I don't post with it anymore. So
the shape said, I think YouTube shadow banned me when I started.
Well, we're all being shadow banned at this low level. I just watched. This is where it's funny, Mike. I was just watching a video from a guy who has 135,000 subscribers, and the entire video was a rant that he's being. What was the word? That's why I was tripping over words, because I can't remember exactly how he put it. But he's been stuck because they haven't been promoting or throwing any of his stuff on recommended after they figured out he was a conservative. And and it was just another nail in the coffin for me. It's like, oh God, why? And then I thought, I actually commented and I said, you think it's tough at 135K? Try it at under a K. We're all under the thumb, man, with the billions of minutes of video that are going up at, you know, in a given time. There's it's a tough nut to crack, dude. It is a tough nut to crack.
I guess it's not, I mean, if they don't like what you're doing, if they just banned you, I guess they would have to be held accountable for who they did that to or who they didn't. And when you do like a shadow ban, it's kind of like we don't know what's going on. And, you know, so they're kind of editing you without taking responsibility for it.
Exactly. Okay,
cool.
Yep. Because they don't want to take, they don't want to take responsibility for it. Because, well, you know, it's light on a nest of cockroaches. As soon as people learn that you're doing that, then, you know, you've no hope. Look at Patreon. As soon as they expose themselves for literally, I am such at a loss of words tonight. This sucks. They took someone's, and we're talking about Sargon of Akkad. They took his words not on Patreon as a platform, but on YouTube and someone else's channel as evidence that he was not worthy of a Patreon account. And oddly enough, they took what he said way out of context. I would say that it was probably inappropriate what he said, but it wasn't something, I mean, he wasn't being overtly racist. He wasn't being, you know, obscene to a you know, nasty degree or anything like that. He was actually making a point to some idiots, calling them idiots, and Patreon saw that as reason enough, because they've been looking for a reason anyway. That was reason enough to take him off the platform. And and once they did that, they saw their numbers dwindle. I hope they go under myself.
Yeah. And there's a couple of different platforms that are starting that are like competing with that, right?
Yep. Oh, there's more than a couple too. Yeah. Subscribestar is by far my favorite, because they started with the mantra that they would not censor your content or judge your content. That's what I was looking for. They're judging content on and off the platform. Patreon was. Subscribestar says we won't do that, and I totally respect that. Because all they are at the end of the day, all they are pass-through payments. Yeah, that's all they are.
That's it. And I mean, they should, you know, it's just like I said, just like a credit card processing, you know, thingy. But yeah, it's this whole thing about, you know, we're all not angels, you know, but they want you to, you know, if you want ads and you want to make money, they want you to, you know, be portrayed a certain way and act a certain way. But this thing where they're looking at what you're doing outside of the platform and judging, you know, and you know, it seems like that's getting a little carried away, that you have to edit your entire life because of what you're doing on like YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, that you're exactly right. And if you're not inciting violence or something crazy like that, they've no right to. And you know, that's why I would not do what you just said. I will not monetize. I won't change my behavior for that care.
Yeah.
Not going to do it. I don't have any problem with people that do, but I will not do that. So there.
Cool. Well, maybe we should stop talking about this before the algorithm figures it out and shuts your live stream down. Or we'll go shadow ban tomorrow.
Yeah, I know, right? I'll put this in as a tag because they don't matter.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I talk about that Saturday night.
Yeah. Well, stranger things have happened, dude. Stranger things have happened. I mean, you gotta
pick up and start over.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Man, shut me down, YouTube. See if I care. Right.
Yeah.
It's not my livelihood. You're going to piss some people off, but I'm not going to bend over backwards because because they've got some sort of agenda. Not going to do it. Just not going to do it. And I wish more people would stand up. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe more people will if they start to find out. Like I said, I had no idea, and that's why I'm having him come on and talk about it, because I didn't know what was, he was talking about. I was like you, under the impression of, just being, the like shadow ban as far as the other stuff was going, or hiding somebody from a channel. But, him, the way he explained it, I had no idea something like that was happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you get a chance, Mike, go check out those videos, the undercover Twitter videos.
Okay.
I think it was Project Veritas that did them, and listen to what those employees are saying. It's frightening. I mean, it is literally terrifying, the power they have over this. So none of this would surprise me if they're actually shadow banning individuals on several chats. That doesn't surprise me in the least.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm gonna research that, dude, and try to get. Oh, Shape, how you doing, buddy? I know you came in earlier, but I didn't get to say hello. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do some research on that, because if I do get shadow banned on this platform, I want to know what to do about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that goes back to everyone out here. Sometimes we just start a YouTube channel, that if you can migrate your audience to different platforms, and that, like Facebook, everybody gets down on Facebook, but if you can start a Facebook group, because you can contact all of your followers on Facebook. Like YouTube, you can't really contact many people.
Right.
That you can, if you have them following you Instagram or Twitter and different places, that if something happens, you can still have a little bit of, control of your audience, and then maybe start over. And, so.
How true. That's good advice, actually. That's good advice. You can actually start another, you could start a Reddit, what is that? What do they call that thing? I'm not a big Reddit guy, but they've got groups as well that people can subscribe to individuals. I think Alex, who was the guy that was on not too long, well, quite a while ago, actually, when I was still doing channel reviews, came on, and he that's how he actually got to like 60K subscribers. I was shocked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But
yeah, you can start God, why can't I think of shit tonight?
You're still getting over the funk from the last couple of days.
I'm telling you, I am still shaking it off, dude. I am still shaking. I'm in a much better mood, but I don't, it's not like my head's not clear yet. I'm still waiting for that clarity.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a great idea, Mike. And or start a website and collect email addresses of those people who are close to you. That's another good way to to get out the word for any changes or whatnot. So, hey, Germany Travel Personal Guide, how you doing, buddy? Well, listen, Mike, I'm going to get Toledo Jess up here really quick. We're hitting up top of the hour, but like I said, man, I will try to make that.
Cool. If you can, if not Jim, if you just DM me if you get any information or anything, and like I said, no expectations, but be cool if you could, just a couple minutes.
Oh, I'd love to, and I'm going to try to make time now that I know the invite's out there. So awesome.
Awesome. Cool. Alrighty.
All right.
We'll
Thanks.
Talk to you later.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Take it easy, bud. Well, let's see. Now I've got to do my magic over here. All right. Can you hear me, Jesse? Not yet. Not yet. Now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
How you doing, Jesse?
All right. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I'm not very fluent tonight. I'm not very articulate, but I'm doing much better than I was last night. I tell you that.
Well, I wanted to come in. Okay. Well, that's all right. I wanted to come in while Mike was still here. Is he talking about Yankee Outdoor Adventures?
Yes, he was.
Okay. Yep.
Do you know Yankee Outdoor Adventures?
I met him once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Cool.
I had a you ever hear me talk about on our show? I'm sure that some of you that listen to the show, I talk about if you're going to be on YouTube, you need to, if you're going to put yourself out there, that you have to realize that people are going to come up to you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're going to come up and say hello, how are you? And if that's something you don't want, then you shouldn't put yourself out on YouTube. I met Yankee because he was talking about being out in the great outdoors, and I'm watching where he's at. I know exactly where he's at, and he's not out in the great outdoors. He's like off the side of the road by a river, real easy access, but he's talking like he was back in the deep woods where nobody could find him. So if you're going to be doing this, the other thing you need to be is honest about what you're doing.
I couldn't agree more.
You know, because it was a really strange situation. I actually went to see him because I knew where he was going to be,
mm-hmm.
and he had won some prizes from our show. He was in the chat room, won some prizes.
Oh, sweet.
But yeah, sweet. And a couple things, but I guess I totally freaked him out. Just totally freaked him out.
How so?
He blocked me. He blocked me from everything. He wouldn't. When I called him out on it after he did that, he wouldn't. He just blocked me, and then other people got on him, and so I'm wondering if that's why he's being shadow banned, because they've gotten a lot of complaints. Because I'll tell you what, he has a lot of hate in him.
Oh.
He hates where he's living. He hates. You know, anybody coming up to him, he can't stand it. And this is just walking up to him one time, you know, and then watching his videos. He's always complaining about living in Ohio, you know, but yet it's all Ohio's fault that he's the way he is. So personally, and I'll tell him to his face anytime, you know, I was trying to be nice to him, but
oh, you're breaking up.
Ass,
you're breaking up,
Jeff. I have
Jesse.
no use for him. I lost your sound. Oh, I know. I hear it.
Yeah. Are you back?
But yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think so. I hear you. So, yeah, there's a lot more to Yankee than guy.
Yeah. Well, I just called him up, and I think I'll mosey around. You might be absolutely right. It may be twofold. One, that each one of those chats that he's been in, he may piss some people off, and that's why he's individually banned. Could be that he's gotten a lot of complaints, and that's why he's been shut down. It'd be interesting to me to hear from him whether or not there are any chat rooms that he can chat in.
Right.
Yeah. If there are none, then we know that it's a corporate ban. That would be fun. Ghana, how you doing, hon? Good to see you. Can't wait for that surprise. Little insider there.
So, like I always say, if you're gonna be a YouTuber, you're gonna put your face out there. You gotta expect people to come up to you and say hi, hello, and act like they're your oldest friend, you know. And if you can't handle that, you shouldn't be doing this.
You're absolutely right.
All I gotta say about that.
You're absolutely right. It's kind of like if you ever decide to become an actor, that comes along with it. I mean, you know, if that is something that you're not cut out for, then you are not cut out. Yeah.
Right. You got to know that if you're successful at your career as an actor or whatever, people are going to act like they know you're going to bother you at the most inappropriate time. And you either deal with it or you go in hiding.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
And that doesn't help your persona at all.
No. You know, it's, so, I mean, I don't know why he's being shadow banned. I just know my experience with him. And I've never really talked about it other than the fact that I do talk about, if you're going to do this, expect people to come up to you. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Gotta expect it. And if you don't want it, don't put your face out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't put your voice out there.
You're right. You're right. Because you're asking for it. I mean, it comes with the territory. Absolutely.
Right.
Like this Bob Dip character.
And that's all I want to say tonight.
Well, thanks, Jesse. I appreciate that. Yeah, this whole Bob Dip character. He says he's been banned or something. Bob Dip. Of course, I'm having fun with you, Bob. No,
he's such a dipoid or however his name.
I brought you back, Bob.
But you know, again, if you're gonna be out there, you're gonna put yourself out there.
Yeah, you got to take it, man.
And
you got.
Right. If you're going to be that type of person that you're going to piss everybody off, then accept it and understand that, you know, you're only going to get so far. Hey, our buddy Ray Russo.
Ray Russo, how you doing?
Nicknames.
James Clark.
Nicknames, even to this day.
Echo Swift. They're all rolling in now. How you doing, guys? Yeah, and that's one of those things too. It's like you've got to understand that your actions have consequences. And I'm not saying because I don't know anything about Yankee Outdoors Adventure, but we were talking about being an ass or a jerk or something. If you're going to be that, you've got to understand that comes with it consequences.
Right.
And you can't cry about what happens.
I never called him out on the fact that he was not deep out in the woods. I never called out the fact that he was at a local park, you know, and that he really wasn't in the deep dark woods where nobody could find him. You know, I never called him out on that. Oh, until just now.
Well, I'm not going to get in the middle of that one, but
hey, I'll be there.
I gotta look for his stuff. See what he's all about. You didn't see a swing set in the background or anything, did you?
What?
In one of his videos, you didn't see a swing set or something like that, or playground in the background.
No, I don't. I know that woods. I know exactly the woods he's hanging out at. You know.
Oh, okay.
It's along the river, the Maumee River. That's where everybody fishes.
Knowledge is power, right, Jess?
Yeah. I mean,
well, thanks for that, man. Sorry that you guys had a run in.
No, yeah, right. It was a shame too because what he was doing seemed really cool, and this is right when we first started, and I wanted to bring people like him into our show, but no.
Nope. Oh well, it happens. It happens. We're all different, and that's what makes us. That's what makes us fun. Oh, you're breaking up again.
He totally flipped out. Just totally flipped out.
Man. We've all known people like, yeah, I know, right?
Okay, I'm out of here.
All right, Jess, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah.
And sharing.
I'm breaking up big time.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
All right, buddy, we'll talk at you later.
Yep.
You be good now. Oh, that was a shame. I hate when the interwebs becomes the break point, right? Because we're all relying upon. Well, you remember my Monday show, which I was so hoping was going to be a fantastic show, was kind of ruined because of a bad stream. I just had a bad connection that night. Sometimes James Clark, you are always welcome. Not tonight, of course, but you're always welcome on the show. And I'm going to go over this real fast in case you've missed it. It's super easy. All you've got to do is visit zoom.us, click on join a meeting. And then when it asks for it, enter in that meeting number, and you'll come up in my green room or the waiting room, and I'll bring you on, as guests come on. I try to bring everyone on in the order of join, and we'll talk for 15, 20, 30 minutes, depending on how many people are coming on, and boom. So anyway, where was I? Having said that, I'm going to piss some people off about tomorrow morning. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to have a show. As soon as I posted that, well, it was like an hour after I posted that, I get an email from Google, from one of my clients. And now I've got a conference call with Google, oddly enough, ironically enough, about Google Analytics access. So I've got to go off site and be there at 9 a.m. and I won't be back in time for my 10 a.m. So there probably won't be a show tomorrow, guys. But you heard Angel tonight. He had a great idea about the panel show on Sundays. Maybe we'll call it Sunday Smash Up or something like that. And then I'm going to do my standard Sunday through Thursday, I think, is what I'm going to change it up to, which I think is a great idea because my Fridays are becoming unbelievably difficult. Now, I still plan on doing the Friday morning shows, just not tomorrow. Life got in the way, man. Life got in the way. Tell Google to sponsor me. Oh, God. If only. I don't even know if I'd want to take their money, though. I'm that pissed off at big tech. I don't even know if I'd want to take their money, honestly, which is why I'm not monetizing. I don't think that they earned 50% of people, hard-earned money that you would super chat people to help out those channels. They don't, because they're owned by Google. YouTube does not deserve that much. I can see 10, maybe 20%. Hell, the government only takes 13 to 25%. So I don't. I'm not going to do that. I would take it. No. No, I would rather have sponsorships, which is why I called Zoom the other day and trying to strike a deal. I might have to clean up my act a little bit, but hey, I'm one of the more prolific users of Zoom, and it'd be fun. Even if it was just a paid for pro account, that'd be enough. I make my money other ways. So we'll just see. So again, I'll cancel that show for tomorrow here in just a moment. And doesn't look like Friday night's going to happen either, but look forward Sunday. I'll have the notification or the event scheduled here very soon. Again, I appreciate you guys so much for tonight and last night. What a wonderful outpouring of support, and I tell you, it was needed. And I don't know. I just I'm beyond words, as has been the case all night, it seems. But I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys are fantastic. It is great to smile again. I had a pretty good day today. So I got to work out in the yard and work out some aggression. I should have been drumming, but none of the issues have been solved yet, but I'm feeling better about them. All right, guys. Yeah, I know, right? That is going to do it for me this evening. Again, thanks to my guests. Love when you guys come on. New ones, old ones. I consider all of you my friends. Thanks to all of you who are watching this after this is processed. I appreciate you hanging out with us for this long. If it's content that sounds like your cup of tea, by all means, hit that subscribe button right now. Don't cost nothing. And ring that bell so that you know when I go live. And for everyone, for the world in general, make sure you treat others the way you want to be treated. If we all did that, this world would be a wonderful place. Thank you, folks, and we'll see you live.